Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Elise.
And today we have a special guest. Shania calls her
Mama D.
And she is our bonus mom. So we want to welcome her to our channel. And today we wanted to kind of answer some questions for you guys because we've had our co-parenting channel before, but we haven't actually had her on our channel. So we talked about her a lot. And we're so grateful for her because she makes co-parenting easy for us. So one of our first questions I know we had that most of you guys probably will have is, how did we meet?
Well, we kind of met accidentally.
So it was definitely accidental. In the beginning, you know, we were trying to figure out the roles. I think her dad was trying to play a little
both
sides of the field, and we've all been there. And I want to say he was gone to help something out with his brother, so I knew she was at his mom's house, and I had to drop Shania off.
Maybe. Yep. That's what
and I used it as a perfect opportunity to see her and find out who she was. I'm like, there's this girl that's been around my child, and I don't even know who she is. And so when I went there, she was so sweet, and I, like, immediately all the rage that you would think, kind of like, what am I gonna have to defend myself or say something? Yeah. It was just like, oh, it was easy. So we had to like kind of like, girl, he told me this. Yeah. And then it was like, he said y'all was over. I ain't even know none of this was going on. And it was just like really like a real easy conversation.
It was.
So I think at that moment, which we knew things were over, but I think once you find out, like, look, there's another woman in the circle, you kind of have to put all the focus back on the child.
Right.
And that's what we did, and I'm really grateful for So it's been a good, smooth sail. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better co-parenting partner. She's really good with Shania, and I don't know how it was when she started, because Shania was really young when y'all started dating. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
You want to ask her?
Yeah. So what was your concerns knowing that my dad had a kid?
Yeah. Because you didn't have any kids.
No.
So when you met him, he had a daughter.
Yeah.
So how did you feel?
Well, I really didn't know. Kind of found that out later on, probably like 2 months later.
Sneaky.
And he was kind of like, oh, I didn't tell you I hadn't. No. Like, he automatically assumed that I knew. Like, and I'm like, no.
Nope.
But I'm like,
everybody don't know you like that.
Okay. That's what he assumed.
Yeah.
That I had, like, I guess researched him and saw, and I'm like, no, like, I was just meeting you just, you know, to meet you, so no.
And that was one thing I think I could really be honest about when we split, is that I was always praying, like, because I knew he was a good guy, despite how crazy situations were in the beginning. I was like, please send him somebody that can love on my daughter and accept her for who she is, and then somebody that can love him for who he is, because we all know when you date a high-profile athlete, what we send on TV is not it. Like, Housewives, all those crazy scenarios, that's not our story. That's not how we went into it. If you even know who he is, you would know he is like the one that is like non-dramified whatsoever. So we couldn't even play no type of drama with this guy at all, because he's not gonna have it.
No, he wouldn't even deal with it.
He's not gonna deal with it.
Like, he wouldn't even, whatever. Like,
it's gonna go right across his head.
Yeah.
So I think that was one thing I really admired about her, because she didn't know he had a kid. He's a high-profile athlete. I was like, she don't know he had a kid. Well, she really is like, okay, this is something I can really, I'm like, I might like this one right here, because then I knew everything you did was pure. It was genuine, like you wasn't after him for the wrong reason. So that made it really easy to co-parent, because I've been on the sidelines like, what's going on? What she want now? And then I saw from a distance how you would give him and Shania their time together and just back off. Like, you were so good with it. I'm like, oh.
So you got to, though. Like, you never want to come in between, like, that relationship. Yeah. Because, I mean, and you know how important, like, dads are.
Yes.
So, like,
daughters especially.
Yeah. So it's like, let them, you know.
Yeah.
Chill. So, Shania, what were your thoughts when you found out I was dating your dad?
Good.
Well, I always had the question of why don't my mom and dad like come together, and you know, because I was always confused, like kids around me, their parents was like that, and I was like, well, I was just confused. But I didn't really like Daysha at first. I think it was just me being confused. I don't know. I didn't like her, but she ended up being really sweet. Like, we had our ups and downs. I'll argue a lot. I don't really remember her taking care of me, like, a lot of the time. But, like, now that I'm older, I remember, like, stuff that we do. And, you know, occasional flashbacks. Because I got a good memory. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think it was really fun knowing I had a second mom to care for me just as much as my biological mom does.
Yeah.
So.
And I think one of the things that kind of was confusing for her, because she started at a young age, so when she would see us come around and we didn't argue, we didn't fight, so in her mind she's like, okay, well, if y'all get along, why aren't y'all together?
Right.
So it was confusing.
Right.
It's like, well, mostly people who don't get along are together.
Right.
So it was something that she had to learn, like different phases of love. Like we dated when we were way back in high school throughout part of his college career. So I had to explain to her like the levels of love and how you can grow apart. So then she started understanding, and I would see like pictures of you and her iPad, and it would make me feel good. I'm like, okay, they're really bonding.
Yeah.
And then she got the title
Mama D.
I know.
And that's my daughter S.
So it was really cool. I loved it. And people ask all the time, like, how can y'all do that? And it's just important to know your place. It's important to know boundaries. It's important to just, I don't think everybody could have this, but I'm grateful we do, because we're in 4th of July at his mom's house and we having a good time.
Right.
Like, who can say they do that? Who can say that?
Usually what happens is, if you like were to like see each other and you was like, oh yeah, we fighting, or like, why are you over here, all this other stuff, or stay away. So I'm glad that we can all work together and come together as one.
Well,
Yes.
you got to. You because it's for you.
Yeah.
Like you got to put everything away and be there for you.
And that's important. And I know you guys probably want more questions, and we'll probably have to bring her on again in another future time to really dig into some stuff. Because, you know, it's been a lot. Like, it's been like, what, 12 years or so?
Oh my God.
It's been a long time that we've been doing this. So it's easy for us to do it because we had schedules in place.
Right.
We already knew our boundaries. We knew what it was. Like, I would meet her at airports sometimes to go to the games.
Yeah.
And she's
That
right
was
there.
the best.
Yeah.
I'm like having flashbacks. I remember you used to take me to school early. I was pumped.
Yeah.
And then I met you. I was like, ooh, good day.
And I'm going to tell y'all this one real quick story before we get off. Now, I remember when I met Daysha at the airport, and they were supposed to be flying to New Orleans to a game. They missed the flight, guys.
And you had to do.
I was so mad. When I say so mad,
and Dad talking about, we can get you a private jet to come down.
I was like, no, I'm just gonna die.
And I was like, kudos to you, because I would have took the jet. You know, but this is how good of a woman she is. She did not let me know ahead of time that they missed their flight.
No.
She actually did all the preparations herself. She found the rental car. She took it in her own hands. She drove there safely and let me know when they got there, and then explained it to me. Now, I'm going to tell you how important that is as a mother, because I didn't panic, and I think she knew that. She didn't want me to worry. She took the situation under control and then let me know when they made it safe. And I was like, you know what? She deserves 2 carrots just for that.
Oh, yeah, it was a good time.
With your
vanilla Coca-Cola.
We had to stop and get a charger. We didn't have none of that. Like
Everything.
Oh, I was so bad driving. I was like, no, we're gonna get there.
We're going to get there. And
got this.
That's what I love about you. You always took things into your own hands. And even when in situations that we couldn't get through with him,
Right.
it was like you was just always there to be like, all right, we can do this. 'Cause,
Right.
you know, he had a busy schedule at the time. So I'm glad, and I know seems like it's impossible to get to.
Yeah.
But if you are willing to always put the child first,
Definitely.
the other woman does not have to be your enemy. She may end up being a friend, and we tell each other we love her all the time.
Yeah.
I sent her a cute little message before she walked down that aisle,
She did.
and I felt really good about it because I know this is somebody who loves somebody that I used to love and share a child with, and so we're all family now.
Right.
So we hope you guys enjoyed our channel. And we want to welcome Daysha back anytime. Her name is actually Miss Spiller, if you ain't know. So now it's Daysha Jackson Spiller, right? AKA Mama D.
It ain't Daysha Jackson.
Yeah, you do.
No, I thought your last name was Jackson.
You usually.
But now it's like she keeps her middle name. You keep your last name and then you add on the guy you married's last name.
Oh, so so your original middle name, you don't have that anymore?
Yeah, she has it, but
I was
like,
like,
did you do away with yours?
I ain't even done it yet. Don't. Sorry, y'all.
I had done it.
So you see, this is all part of the life. We're learning and we're growing at the same time. So we hope you guys, if you have any questions, comment below. Make sure you subscribe.
And hit that post notification bell for notifications so you can see every time we post a video.
All right.